Many people ask us, how long does a wood fence actually last? This is my father, Dennis, and he's been installing fences for over 40 years. Now, the fence you see behind us, he actually installed in 2001. That's 25 years ago. And today, he's going to take you on a walk throughout the property and give you his expert installation tips, because the answer to how long a wood fence really lasts depends on a lot of things, mainly how it was installed. So today we're going to go over the craftsmanship and all of the expert details that are important when you're installing a wood fence, so that way it stands the test of time. Dad, when you installed this fence, I was just 4 years old. Can you believe it?
Little guy. I remember, 4 years old. You didn't tell me what to do when you were 4. I just send you to your room.
So it's not often that we get access like this. The customer here in Wantagh was nice enough to give us access to his backyard just so we can film this video.
Because we're actually giving him a price on taking down all this wood and replacing it. Now, he's not sure if he's going to hire us yet, because he was kind of shocked that the price went up from 2001 to 2026. It was a few dollars more, let's just say. I can't believe the price went up. What happened?
I don't know. I don't know what's with that.
We're going to go take a look. First thing I want to show you is the gate. When you're building a gate for a wood fence, you want to build it to last a long time. And obviously this gate held up incredibly well, 25 years. The first thing I'll point out is we use tongue and groove lumber. So all the boards are interlocking. It really holds the gate together well. And we used nails that you could see they didn't rust out. They were good nails. I believe they were stainless at the time. So we have no rust on the nails. So everything held together really well. And we put this nice little plaque on it to make it look good. And we made the arch design. So let's go back and take a look at the back end of the gate. That's the important part. Oh, check out the latch. Easy to open from both sides. You don't have to reach over and open up a latch. And this is original hardware. Nationwide made the hardware. I remember I used to always get Nationwide because it was the best hardware. Good spring, never had to be replaced. 25 years this stuff lasted. Come on, take a look. Now I'm holding a cup of coffee that the customer just brought me, so thank you. If you look at the back end of the gate, you see how we framed the gate in cedar rails? We have 3 rails holding this gate together, in the top, middle, and the bottom. Not actually the middle. We left this a little bit higher, and we put a nice X-brace on it. There's a lot of contact with the boards to the rails, so you know, nothing fell off. It was a great job. And he wanted this gate to be self-closing, which it still is. And I would show you the self-closing, but it's incredibly windy right here today, and it's kind of holding the gate open a little bit. But we added 3 sets of hinges. Normally we three hinges we added on here. Normally you would have 2 hinges, but he wanted this gate to close every single time, so we put 3 hinges on here. Great job, if I don't say so myself. And these 2 gate posts are down a little bit over 3 feet into the ground. They didn't move. In 25 years, they're exactly the way we left it that day. Never once did we get a call to come back here and adjust this gate. And that's you know, it's rare when you're doing a wood fence, not over the years to have a little bit of adjustment needed. But we did a great job here. I did a great job here. I installed this fence myself. Mistakes that people make with gates is they don't put a brace. They don't put a good back brace on the back of the gate. And you know, they don't use tongue and groove lumber when they're making a decorative gate like this. And they use cheap hardware. We avoid all the mistakes. We frame this gate nicely. We use tongue and groove lumber, all cedar. We didn't cheap out on the back rails. A lot of times they will use a cedar board, but they'll buy a cheap spruce back rail. We used all cedar on everything, so it's all good quality. And you got to take a close-up look at this gate. There is now 1 piece of rot on this gate. It held up incredibly well, 25 years. The fencing itself, all right, is held up. We use the tongue and groove board with cedar rails, and this is kind of made a double-sided fence, so it looks exactly the same on the other side. Big mistake that a lot of people make is they don't add these toppers on to the top of the fence, and then water easily gets in between all the rails, and just adding the 1x4 on top will add years to the life of the fence. And we add these 1x4s on top of every double-sided fence. The posts are all standing pretty strong. Again, they're over 3 foot deep. We bought 9 and 10 foot posts for this job. So I know every post is at least 3 feet down in the ground. And the only problem with the fence all these years later is the bottom has started to rot out. And if you get a close-up look over here, when the fence was installed, there was a gap under the fence. We always leave the fences with a little bit of a gap, but over the years with landscaping, what they tend to do is add mulch or dirt up against the fence, and eventually they bury the fence, and that's where the fence is going to rot. But it usually won't fall apart and fall down because it's in the ground now, usually from both sides. I guarantee the neighbor packed dirt up against the fence also, because people hate seeing gaps, so they tend to start filling it in. But when we leave your house, we're always going to leave the fence with a slight gap under the fence, unless you tell us you want it down into the ground, and then we're going to tell you that's where it's going to start rotting out the most. But otherwise, you know, the fence held up really well. Again, you could see where the mulch was added up against the bottom of the fence and rotted out the rail. But I tell you one thing, even though this fence is 25 years old, if the customer wanted it to, don't listen to this part, if the customer wanted, he could probably get a couple more years out of the fence, but he's not going to. He's going to hire us to put up a new fence, I hope. Anyway, this is my 25-year-old fence. Anything else?
What mistakes do people make when they're installing a fence that makes it not last long?
They hire guys who shouldn't be putting up fencing, first of all. I can't tell you how many times I see guys installing wood fencing and they're cutting off the bottom of the 4x4s because they just don't want to dig it that deep. So they'll put the fence down like 1.5 feet, 2 foot down. It's just not going to last. When you're putting up a wood fence, you want to get down as deep as you can with the posts. You also want to use screws, not nails. When you put it to the post, you want to use 3.5 inch at least screws, and you want to screw that fence to the post. It's not going to pull out or blow off. A lot of times they just use nails and they'll nail it in, and what they do is when they're nailing it, they actually crack the wood with the nails. The day it's installed, you already have damage to the actual wood, so that starts the clock ticking on how long it's going to last. When you install the fence deep and you use the proper screws to put it in, from day one it's going to last a long time. All the posts are treated posts. They're made for ground contact. Again, sometimes the customer wants a cedar post with the cedar fencing, but cedar is not made for ground contact, so they would, a cedar post would actually rot out in about 4 or 5 years. Back 30, 40 years ago, when they put in cedar posts, they would actually soak them in chemicals and put tar on the bottom and then bury them. That's all illegal now. You can't add anything to a post. If it doesn't come treated for ground contact, you can't add anything onto it, mainly because here on Long Island you have groundwater and you don't want all that garbage seeping into the groundwater. So you got to use a good treated post. We buy all our treated posts directly from Culpeper or another great, and there's a couple of mills that make domestic made treated posts, and they do a great job. They've been doing it for us for years, and every year we buy a trailer load or two of just treated posts, and they last. So they're a little bit more money, but they do last. Typically you don't use concrete around the post because concrete, unless you build an actual footing, and there's a way to do it where it would be okay to do it, but typically you don't put concrete around the post because in a windstorm you don't want that post to be so rigid that there's no movement. If there's no movement in a windstorm, and we get a lot of windstorms here on Long Island, the post would just snap and break. If there's a little bit of movement, the fence will move in the wind, and the worst that'll happen is you got to repack the dirt around the post, which is a 2-minute operation as opposed to cutting out a post, digging it out and putting in a whole new post. And I tell people this all the time, your fence should be able to move in the wind the same way a skyscraper will move in the wind. You don't know it's moving, but it actually is moving. Concrete against the post will speed up the rotting of a post, so you really don't want to use concrete if you don't need to.
the biggest question I want to ask, you've obviously improved a lot at your craft in the past 25 years. Are there things walking around this fence that you see that you would do differently now?
No. No. Okay. All right. So Alex just asked me if there's anything I would do to improve the installation of this fence 25 years later, and the answer is probably not. We still use tongue and groove lumber. We still use all cedar fencing. We still use treated posts. I use the same brand of screws. They're great screws. So no, there's probably nothing I would change. We've actually improved the bracing on the gate, I will say that. We make a much nicer brace. So that would be one difference if he bought the fence from us today. The gate would be braced a lot better. If, believe it or not, it would be even better than it is now. But no, I wouldn't change anything about this job. 25 years later, you know, most of the jobs we go to and we pull down wood fencing from other fence companies that have put them up, and I see they're 12, 13, 14 years old and they look like garbage. They probably look like garbage at 2-3 years after they installed it, and they come down so easily. This is going to be a tough install, tough fence to take down. It's going to take a lot of time to cut this out and pull these posts out of the ground. I guarantee the guys are going to have a hard time pulling them out of the ground, and they're going to scream, "Who the heck put these things in?" Me, I put them in, okay? So no, I wouldn't change anything. As far as a wood fence lifespan, it's going to vary from location to location. But if the fence is put up properly, you're going to get a long life out of the fence. But it is a natural product. So if you bury the fence in dirt or it comes in contact, I've seen sprinkler companies, when they put the sprinklers, they aim the head right into the fence. And if that fence is getting wet 7 days a week, all season long, it's not going to last as long. So things that you can do to make the fence last longer: don't bury it in dirt, use a good treated post, put it in deep, and when you put in your sprinkler system, hire a sprinkler guy who knows that there's no reason to water the fence. That tree is dead, it's not going to grow anymore, no need to water it. Aim the water away from the fence, and those couple of things, you'll increase the lifespan of a fence tremendously. You know, nowadays, younger people and people in particular, they want maintenance free. They want PVC. They buy PVC that looks like wood. They want chain link or aluminum. They don't want maintenance. But don't be afraid of maintenance. Wood, nothing looks as good as a wood fence around your yard. In my opinion, wood still looks great. If it's put up right, you're going to get a long, long life out of the wood fence. Unbelievable long life out of the fence, and you're going to get your money's worth, let's just say that.
Yep. And if you guys want a wood fence now that's going to stand the test of time, just text or call us. I'd be happy to come meet you, do a proper site visit, and give you an estimate on a new fence.
But I'm not going to dig the holes anymore. I'm not going to. No, I'm just going to tell. I'm going to tell the younger guys where to dig the holes. That's what I'm going to do. But I'll make sure you get a good fence.
There you go.
Okay.
Make sure you subscribe to our channel. Thank you so much for watching. Check out this related content.
I'm 61. You're not making me dig holes again. No more holes.
We'll see you in the next one, everybody.
All right, bye.